Hello, 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 hello. Welcome again to another night of Wednesday Wham. Hey, Pops, how you doing?
Pops is in the house.
I am Cassisi Harris. You can call me Kaz. I am one of the co-hosts here at Silverline. And we're going to do, I know you guys hate that we do this all the time, but I want to make sure we do this for all those
It's
people who are joining
always
us.
somebody's first, right?
Right.
Yeah.
For the first time. And if they're listening to the podcast for the first time, again, I'm Cassisi Harris, a writer here at Silverline. I don't have a lot to my name right now, but I'm working on it. So I pinned the story in the Christmas issue of Silverline, I think a couple years ago. It was a Trump's story. And then I have pinned a Silverline Team Up Volume 2 starring Tempest and Miss Fury and Sigma, who is a new character. And we're gonna go to the venerable folks, the folks who've been in here for a long time. So we're gonna start this way. Look at that. I love that I can get it now. We're gonna start this way.
Okay, my name's Barb Kilburn. I have been a professional inker for 47 years. Started with Malibu, went to DC, Marvel, and everybody else under the sun. I've worked for almost everybody. I've worked for Silverline for the last 7 to 8 years.
Yeah, you said 6 or 7 last time.
Yeah,
since the
relaunch with Cat and Mouse so many years ago. I was one of the original 3, and I still am. I am the chief financial officer, which means
triumvirate.
I count the beans and yell a lot at people. I'm the creator of Divinity, and currently I am financing being the creator of Divinity by working on soccer trading cards for Starlight Entertainment.
Oh, cool.
For the same company I did the Ultraman trading cards. They liked that, so they hired me for more.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But ain't
all right.
broke.
Now we'll go this way.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm Rob Davis. I've been in the comics industry about the same number of years, maybe 6 months or 9 months longer. If we broke it down, I've worked for all kinds of different publishers, from Malibu and all the way up to DC, Marvel, Innovation, a bunch of different stuff. I've drawn. I started out as a letterer, became an inker, then a penciler. Kind of stuck with that because I liked it best. And I've done that for all kinds of characters, starting with in the ancient past with Merlin, all the way to the far-flung future with Spock, McCoy, and Kirk, and all kinds of stuff in between. And now I'm working on different stuff, mostly covers right now for Silverline, but I also did a 4-issue miniseries called Twilight Grim with R.A. Jones. And that's it.
All right. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Javier.
All right. Thank you. I'm Javier Lugo. I am currently a penciler for Chivalry Incorporated. I'm on issue 3. I just reached the halfway point of page 11. Finally, some action and some car chases, which I've never drawn a car chase before, and I'm finding it very entertaining. I grabbed 2 of my wife's Matchbox cars, and I clicky. Yay!
Yeah, gotta have reference, man. Gotta have reference.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Barb. See, you and my wife have the same taste in cars. She has a Chevelle.
Well, this is the Supernatural Impala.
Oh wow!
This is baby. This is baby.
I'm drawing
all
airplanes.
Right. So I saw that Rob Liefeld put out there that he's looking for inkers a couple weeks back. So you know what? Maybe in the future it'll say Rob Liefeld inker under my name. But for now, I'm just indie comics guy. You got an indie comic you want penciled. Out of all the people here, I'm the last guy, but hey, I'm available.
I'm busy.
Okay, then I'm next. There you go. Great. I'm here, guys.
I won't turn down work if they don't mind a long deadline, but yeah.
Yeah,
All
trading
right.
cards.
Go for him.
Sweet gig is trading cards.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
hook me up,
last-
Barbara. You're the CEO. Come on.
Last
And
but
the-
not least, our host for tonight. Boom. There you go.
Hey everybody, I'm John Medic. Kaz, thank you so much for doing the intros tonight. Hey everybody, sorry I was running late. My PC decided that this is the best time for it to update and reboot and update again and reboot
and then reboot
and then say that the update didn't take and it was reversing the update and then reboot.
Yeah, that's what
So I
love.
apologize for being late. But it's kind of like one of the things I'm known for. 2 reasons I almost didn't become a teacher. Early mornings and dress clothes. Hate them both. The banes of my existence. If there were 2 things that could become, personified and turn into my arch nemesis, it would be dress clothes and early mornings. But anyway, everybody, my name is Sean Medic. I get to be your host tonight. Yay! And again, thank you guys for doing the intros while I was gone. Javier, good luck on submissions for Rob stuff.
Yeah.
He's been my favorite artist.
Very lucrative.
So that would be awesome. So definitely good luck on any of that stuff. Cool guy. Got to talk and hang out with him before. Always enjoyed it. So tonight's topic, and I'm going to do a dramatic reading of the Silverline host calendar because I'm the one who wrote it. So you like it? It's yours is the topic for tonight. The Whammers discuss which character or team from another publisher they would choose for either a crossover or permanent integration into their own series or their own title, and why the said character is the chosen one. Definitely an Anakin reference there. Whammers and any other guests who may join with share which characters they would love have cross over with their favorite Silverline titles and why. Or anything else that you want to share with us too. That's cool too.
Let me make sure I understand. So we should take another character from a different property and see which one would cross over into Silverline, or we take a unique character that we have and cross them over into Silverline.
So you could play the game any way you want.
Okay.
So
Thank you, John.
Open to artistic license, which I think is kind of, fitting for a comic book thing. So, for example, my main title, Sniper and Rook, right? 2 covert government operatives. There was somebody who had written a summary article review of it years and years and years ago when it first came out. It said, basically think of like Moonlighting, the TV show, but with shots to the head. I'm like, damn, that's really freaking cool. I love that summary. So, if I was going to look at characters that would fit into the Sniper and Rook world, and if I wanted to steal or take or be gifted a character or team or whatnot, I'd have to go and say, okay, what would fit in and what would make sense? All right. I wouldn't want Superman. Wouldn't make sense. Spider-Man, powers don't really have that. My dream, my plan, my hope, and I've gotten a couple issues of it done. It's only took 20 some years to drop Sniper and Rook into the Silverline universe, like the old Silverline 1.0 universe when they were packaging. So I've got 2 issues that are completely drawn, including Mega Size #1 with 40 pages, where Sniper and Rook wind up meeting Champion and Demon and Silver Dollar and Tempest and all that cool stuff. No Cat and Mouse. That was before Cat and Mouse.
Ultra crossover. Okay.
What's that? Yeah. So,
not Ultra.
That's where I wanted to drop mine. So, if I were to pull people into my universe, so Kaz, I guess I'll kind of go first with one of them, just so you can kind of see like how I'm doing it. I was thinking about this today. I was like, shit, I'm hosting. This is a cool topic. I've got a couple answers, but like, what do I really want to like go with? And I'm hosting. I better have an answer. My brain started it just pops around. What would fit in the spy world that makes sense, that's not superhero-y or super powery, and it would absolutely fit. I don't know why it popped in my head. Rob, Barb, you guys are gonna love this one. As like, you know what? A updated version of Green Hornet would be beautiful
Nice.
in the Sniper and Rook universe. So Sniper and Rook, two covert government agents working for their general, Davis Jefferson. Anybody who's a history buff probably would get a reference on the name there. And they're sent out to do the tasks that only they can or will do, with a lot of playful, witty banter. Somebody, a rich guy, pretending to be some sort of crime lord that nobody really knows he's not a crime lord, would absolutely be something that could get itself onto the government radar really quick, and could absolutely be something where the government, if they wanted to take them down, kind of like an Al Capone type of thing, could try to surreptitiously, big word for Wednesday, surreptitiously put in some of their own agents to try to take down this organization. And what would happen when the agents said to do such thing might come across inklings and then facts and then confirm facts that the organization isn't what it appears to be. And maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just totally like spitballing right here. What damage could they have caused to the organization in the interim? How much could they have impeded Green Hornet and Cato's advances in taking down criminal organizations? And what would they have to do to reverse said, oh my God, what's it called? Damage? And would that fly in the face of the orders from the government? And how would they see their way out of this mess? I think that'd be pretty friggin' cool.
It's a lot of world building there.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I just came up with that on the fly. So that's how like true writing works for me, at least. It's like I just get these crazy ass ideas, and it's like, yeah, you know, but getting to that moment of that inspiration, that's where all the perspiration comes in. It's like I gotta think. If you gotta think that you gotta think,
it's taking in. Yeah, it's taking in all the information and letting it percolate, right?
Yeah. So, you know, so Kaz, that was kind of like what I was thinking.
Coaxial thinking.
What's that? What do you say, Javier?
Coaxial thinking. Thinking out of your butt.
Cloacal.
Cloacal. I'm sorry. Cloacal thinking. I'm sorry.
I was like, you mean like the cable?
Thinking out of his ass.
Pulling out your posterior. Yeah.
We had
only if it deals with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and some sort of weird air machine. Come on, Barb, get it? The reference from a couple weeks ago.
Yes, cloacal breathing out of turtles breathe out of their ass.
Breathing out your behind. Yes.
So with that kind of like as an introduction or an idea of ways that we can take it. Does anybody have a title of their own, Barb, that may want to kind of like follow suit next? Since she does have her own world that she has built, and she has some very beloved characters at this point. Who might
I actually have 3 ideas. Well, I'll just do one at a time, and then we'll do the rounds, and then we'll come back.
Love it.
The one that makes the most sense to me currently in the Divinity universe is to keep it in the Silverline universe. The other 2 are not. And have them meet up with Cat and Mouse in New Orleans. I mean, it would be such a no-brainer because look, they're on the run right now. Currently in this next 4 issues, they are in South Carolina. Yes, they are in South Carolina in this second 4 issues that I'm currently working on. So they've worked their way from the up above New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire, whatever, Connecticut, and now they're down into South Carolina. So it makes sense that they're heading south, and eventually they'll make their way into New Orleans.
Nolans.
Yeah, Nolans, where it would make complete sense for cat and mouse to get a whiff of something strange
Absolutely.
with this trio that has entered town, and there's rumors. You know how supernatural rumors go around in New Orleans. It's the home of voodoo and everything else. So obviously word would get out that there's this little girl that can do stuff, and cat and mouse would obviously investigate. And then they might, they meet and they find out that, these guys aren't a threat or anything like that. But while they are meeting, the evil cabal that is after Vinny shows up, and cat and mouse helps them to escape and go on their way. During a whole four issue arc again. This whole thing where, I don't know, one of them gets kidnapped, or one of them needs help, or one of them's injured and can't help. So cat and mouse jump in to take up the slack, and manage to find out some more information on this cabal that they're running from. So they become a source of information, and they are able to help our three hero, or two heroines and one hero out, and get them out of New Orleans safely then in the end. I think it would be great.
Mm-hmm.
I think we
could see
discussed it
fits
before, and
into
it is an
the
excellent
larger world.
idea. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it.
Well, I have the only problem with all of this is that I have funds to up through issue 8, and I have a plot line for 9, 10, 11, 9 through 12 yet, but I don't have the funds. And then, of course, then the crossover would be great for 12 through 16.
Mm-hmm.
But that's in the
Or a
future.
separate mini.
Yep.
Number ones are beloved, young
You got to
lady.
pay for it. Got to pay for it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. So
that's one of the things that sucks most about self-publishing, or things that are close to self-publishing. It's the funds. Yeah.
right.
Yep.
That's why I do outside projects like trading cards, because that's sweet money, and that pays for an entire issue.
You are so
Penciler.
lucky that you have skills like that. I can't walk around and say, "Hey, you want me to write you a paragraph? $20." Nobody bites on that. At least the stuff
Seven
looks
trading
good.
cards. Yeah, 7 trading cards, which is basically 7 panels of work, can make me enough to pay for my penciler for an entire issue.
That's amazing.
Oh
That
my
is so good.
gosh.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong business.
It's sweet.
Mhm.
But then it all gets sunk back in. I don't really make a profit or anything, because I sink it all back into my
Yeah,
talent.
you throw it back in the mixer. Yep.
That's
Nothing
right.
wrong with that. The
Yeah.
phrase that I used to use with people when I was self-publishing, I was like, some people, drink their, money away. Some people smoke their money away. Some people gamble their money away. I print comic books. Yeah.
I comic book my
bad
life.
Your
life.
money away. You forgot
I
to
do.
say.
I do one show a month, and I do trading cards. And every dime that I make either goes back into restocking for more shows, and what's left over goes into my comic book fund,
Mm-hmm.
and my trading cards, and all of that goes back into making Divinity. And why do I do that when I'm not making a dime off of it? Is it because I love what I do? I mean, I don't.
Yep.
I'm retired from the Muggle world. I do this in my retirement because I love what I do. It's in the blood, so I don't really need
Yeah.
to make money for myself, but I want to
Yeah,
put
I'm
my
with you there.
yeah, I want to put my product out there.
Do you ever feel like such a connection to her? Like I do. Like I still refer to Sniper and Rook as my first kids.
Mhm.
They were born in the basement of my college main building in like 1994. My son was born in 2005. So Sniper and Rook are my first kids. I can't ever stop with them, because like if I do, they die. The only way that they live is through my pen and writing.
I'm fortunate that I can also ink and color my own work, but I can't pencil my own work because it would never get done. I can pencil, but I'm excruciatingly slow. We get maybe 1 issue a year.
My dear Barb, I feel your pain. If only you knew somebody who would I don't know, pencil art
Well, I got
at
one more
no
issue.
cost.
I have one issue left. I
She's
have one
had that
issue left
happen
with
at
my
least.
current.
She had that happen once for the
just saying.
Christmas issue. I did a 6-pager for that,
Yeah.
and there was no expense there. She inked it and colored it. There we are.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm down for a trade. Is all I'm saying.
I'm contracted for one more issue with my current penciler to get through this 4 issues, so we have continuity. And then
That's-
I don't. It's up in the air. So we will talk.
Mm.
We shall talk. Yep.
Reel her in, buddy. Reel her in.
ABC, bro. ABC.
Okay, who's next? I'll come back. We'll come back to Divinity. I have 2 more ideas for them, but we'll go around.
I'll go. This is hard for
We're
some of
going
the
clockwise, so yeah.
some of the same reasons that John you brought up earlier. Like you can't. My character obviously will not be a Silverline character. I will pick someone from a different property and put them.
Oh yeah.
But you can't necessarily. And I have a couple, but you can't necessarily. And we can just do round robin. Can't necessarily put somebody overpowered in the universe, and because it depends on what you think of as Silverline, right? There is, Sniper and Rook there, and that's if you consider, your property Silverline. There's Cat and Mouse. I'm gonna focus on Cat and Mouse, right, for this. And so I was thinking, like, man, who could you really bring in? And so I have settled that it has to be someone at a hero for hire level, right?
Okay.
So you have to pick maybe. I'm thinking maybe an Iron Fist or maybe Luke Cage. But I said, okay, who would I really put in there? So I would put. This is gonna sound weird. I would put Shang-Chi in Cat and Mouse, and I would redo Widowmaker. So I would try and bring her history, or maybe a relative of her, into the kind of Shang-Chi, Fu Manchu, whoever his father, right? Not even a protege. Maybe she is another failed sort of student, or if you went the Daredevil route, because that was another choice to find. An Elektra, and you picked like Elektra, and you tried to revamp Widowmaker. Maybe Widowmaker is like a failed kind of hand, kind of person, right? Like she kind of split out rogue from that, and now there's this fear because you have this other character who is not bound to Cat or Mouse or Widowmaker, but they're hunting people because there's something wrong, and then Cat and Mouse kind of align with that character. But I think I would do, for my first round, I think I would do either an Elektra or a Shang-Chi, and I would revamp Widowmaker. I couldn't do Kunoichi because that's a Japanese name, so Chinese, Japanese, different. So I would have to do Widowmaker as a focal point, and then how Cat and Mouse reacts to either Widowmaker or maybe a descendant of hers, or I don't know, maybe a relative of hers, depending on if we think she's dead in that issue or not. So
what would be even more of a twist and badass? What if this third player comes in and everything that you said, and they're worse than Widowmaker?
Yeah. That could be
tied with Widowmaker.
Yep. Yeah, I thought about that too. Maybe Widowmaker has to begrudgingly ally herself with
the lesser of two evils,
Cat and Mouse, right, in order to rid her of this one thing. And maybe she lies about it. Maybe she lies about it just to get them out of the way, and they discover, there's a whole bunch of different ways you can go with it. But yeah.
Like they say, politics and wars, we should add, make strange bedfellows. World War II, we were allied with the Russians.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then we saw that didn't happen for the next 30 years, and now again. So yeah, that's cool, dude. I like that one.
So that's my first one.
Nice. Rob, sir, what say you?
Well, the character I worked on, Twilight Grim, I don't know that he can travel. Someone would have to come to his universe to do it. But I also have a self-published thing called Spirit of Route 66, and that one occurred to me. The whole idea behind that is that this this man has inherited a 1966 Ford T-Bird from his father who has passed away, and he's trying to refurbish the T-Bird so that he can take a trip on old Route 66 to recreate a trip he and his father took. Well, somehow during his refurbishing of the car, it becomes a time machine, and he starts down the road, and it takes him somewhere in time on Route 66.
Does
And
he have to go 80 some miles an hour?
what is it, 88? I don't
88
remember
miles
what-
per hour.
Yeah, something like
1.21
that.
gigawatts. Yeah.
But it's not that kind of thing. It just kind of warps space and time, and it takes him somewhere on Route 66 at a different time point. And I was thinking, if we're bringing in, this is completely outside of Silverline, is that if he went out, somehow he got into the Wild West and he ran up against Two Gun Kid or some of the other Western characters from Marvel
Ghost
and had an
Rider.
adventure
I was going
with
to say,
them,
yeah, the original Ghost Rider.
that would work. That would work. Or Ghost Rider or somebody like that. Or the Lone Ranger, or anything like that. There's all sorts of stories that could come from that. That's you were talking about how ideas just come to you full blown sometimes. The Route 66 idea came to me in the middle of the night. I woke up and I went, "Oh, here's Route 66 meets Quantum Leap."
Well, that's how I came up with Divinity. I dreamt it.
It just comes to you. Yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night and had this idea, but that's where this one came from. I've done all of one issue of it because I'm not my writing is as slow as Barb's
Penciling.
So, and I've had a couple other people write stories in that universe.
I can embellish the hell out of your pencils, but I can't do my own.
But yeah, that would be my idea of some kind of crossover with a character that I created. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how he would adapt to the Old West? Does he already have any sort of your character? Does he already have any sort of interest or penchant for Wild West, or is he going to be completely a stranger?
He is like Sam in Quantum Leap. He's just dropped in the middle of this in order to facilitate some change in the timeline to fix it. So kind of like Sam Beckett was in the Quantum Leap thing, and sometimes. And it's just like his too. Sometimes things get perfectly fixed, and other times they don't get perfectly fixed. But he could be dropped into any kind of Old West story, because Route 66 goes through northern Texas into Arizona, New Mexico, and up into California. So anywhere through there would be a good Western story to tell. The Lone Ranger would be in Texas. The Two Gun Kid and the other Western characters are probably in Southwest down there somewhere, and they could all be brought in. So it could even be a serial story involving all of them. So
the car travels with him, right?
Yes,
okay.
And the interesting thing about it is, you would think that that this is my thought about how it works is everyone. In each time place, they would go, "What is that thing that's with you?" Well, they see it as something else. They see it as either a wagon or a horse, or they can't process the fact that it's an automobile, that a horseless carriage. They see it as something else. So
nifty.
Okay.
Yeah,
A boat of the gods.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Your turn.
All right.
There. You got something?
I do. I worked
Good.
on a book called The Obsoletes. I just did the cover, but I got the chance to read. I think it was issue 3, and it seems like it's a group of men and women, very similar to the Space Marines from Aliens, in that they're low tech and that they have guns and such, but they're high tech in that they have gear and space travel. So I would submit that the obsoletes are just, going to another planet, as one does in a science fiction setting, right? And they go to this
Suicide Squad, by the way.
I'm sorry.
They remind me of the Suicide Squad, by the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, they're kind of like that. Yeah.
So they go to this backwards desert planet, junkyard or something, and they go to a little port, right? And there's this little animal that's drinking water out of a trough, and this guy in a jacket comes in, and he's drinking water like crazy. And they're like, "Oh, that's weird," but they keep on going, right? And then they see these TIE fighters coming around, and they start shooting out of everybody. So like, okay, we gotta get the heck out of here. So they jump into their ship, which is among a whole bunch of other ships, a junkyard of ships. They're all old and obsolete. And as they're taking off, they see these two people running away from their first ship that exploded. And it's this girl with some kind of spear, and this man and this white ball just following them. And they're running towards this junkyard ship. I mean, there's not enough time for them to get in and jumpstart this flat, round, coin-looking thing. So they're like, you know what? Let's stop and pick them up. So they stop enough for them to leap on board. They fly away, escape the weird-looking TIE fighter things that scream in the atmosphere. Yeah, right? And they introduce themselves as Finn and Rey.
Mm-hmm.
When you were talking about junkyard, that's exactly where my brain went. It went to the garbage will do. And yeah.
Right. Because, I mean, if they blew up the first ship that quickly, why would it take them 5 minutes to blow up the second one? I don't get it. But in any case, that's where they would come in, and then their job would be pretty much like Rogue One. They would be those hardcore guys compared to the funny little Rey, underpowered Rey, normal Rey, and normal Finn.
The first thing my mind went to was the oh God, what are they? The little characters, the junk dealers, and the great big huge machine.
Jawas.
Yeah, Jawas. Thank you. That's what first thing that my mind went to was Jawas.
See, Star Wars to me is sacrosanct. The first three, I don't touch them. I don't mess with them. No, even in my fan fiction, in my head canon. Yeah, Luke never lost hope. None of that stuff.
It would be sacrilegious to touch them, huh?
Yeah, but when you put it like that, Barb, no, I try not to touch, older men. So, but in any case, but yeah, Rey and these guys, they're newer, so they're available to play around with. I did also did a cover for, what was this other character? Oh, Jesus. It wasn't the obsoletes. Oh, Cray. Mm-hmm. And there's a part in the 6th movie when the characters are on that desert planet and they fall into that tar pit with black rocks and they go underground. They pop out on the other side in Cray's world. And Cray is pretty much Star Wars with John Carter of Mars. So lasers and swords and sandals and sand is totally right there for the get-go to adventure and sword buckling and, saving the day and everything else.
There you go. That works. All right, John, we're back to you.
All right. And actually, I had a brilliant thought. And then I realized I already had this brilliant thought. I'm gonna try to share screen real quick. Let me pull something up. And I was
remembered that you forgot. Okay.
I forgot what? Yeah, no,
you remembered that you forgot a brilliant thought.
And I'll kind of give you guys like some spoilers anyway. But let me find where this went. So I just downloaded a couple things. Crap.
Whatever else happens, John, say no to any updates. No.
Yes, please say
no.
No. Just say
updates.
no.
Remind me again in 24 hours.
Let's see. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
Do you want me to go while you're setting you up?
Yeah, if you don't mind, that'd be cool.
Yep. Well,
and I will totally pay attention to what you say too, though.
I just got back from my comic book shop.
Cracker Comics. Huh.
Yeah. What do I have? Oh, I have an Iron Man. And I have
Barb, you go to the one that's in Madison?
Yeah. I have a freebie comics magazine.
Is Sean
I
still
have-
the manager up here? Up there?
Who? What?
Is Sean still the manager up there?
Yeah.
He and I worked together at the same comic book store when I was 19.
Another
We had a
Iron
huge-
Man. Cool.
Another Iron Man.
She's not an
Uh,
Iron Man fan at
Oh,
all.
look, there's another Iron
Look,
Man.
another Iron Man.
Yep. And here are two. This is what I would cross over next with Divinity.
Oh yeah, that could work.
You
That
say,
could,
oh,
yeah, that could
Supernatural?
easily
That's
work.
not a comic book. Oh, yes, it
It could work.
is.
that could work. Yeah.
Who is
Yes,
it? Who is it doing? IDW? Who's doing it?
Dynamite.
Dynamite,
And
that's right.
this is issues
Yeah.
number 5 and 6. So it's been going for
Yeah,
a
I
bit.
saw it in previews or in
Yep.
the,
So I
the
would
catalog.
cross over with Supernatural.
That would
Um,
work actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time it would work.
Yep. They get Sam and Dean get word that there's something funky going down
Mhm.
with some weird gal that's doing weird shit in some weird town. I don't know what town. Maybe we'll get as far as Texas at that point. Who knows? And so they go to investigate. And when they find her, somehow or another, Sam gets a deadly wound from something or other because there's something else out there. Of course there is.
Yep.
You know, some ghoul or some
Chupacabra.
vampire. Yeah, chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
There. And jumps Sam and he's mortally wounded. And that's when they stumble across who they were looking for all along, which happens to be Vinny and Zach and Olivia. And Vinny ends up healing Sam. So of course they can't kill her now because, you know,
Mhm.
they find out that she's a really nice gal and that she's not evil. And so they don't have no reason to, you know, pull out their They're, yeah.
Barb. And then when
And
the
then?
hit hits the fan, a man appears in the shadows first with not an arm, but a chainsaw. And says,
Texas Chainsaw.
groovy, baby.
I figured you were going to say glowing yellow eyes, but
No. Oh, I mean, that would be a divine crossover.
like a triple cross. Yeah, that would work
Hell
too.
yeah.
But I can see definitely. Of course, I try to keep Divinity out of too much supernatural and superhero stuff. She's supposed to be a normal girl or an abnormal girl in a normal world. But you know, just for fun, it might be nice to cross over with supernatural, and maybe the yellow-eyed guy catches a sight of her and is weird because I never explain where her powers come from.
Yep, that would be the thing. Yeah.
You know, I never will. Are
Do you
they?
know where they came
And
from?
the greatest part is they could know. That would be the greatest part is the whole thing is they understand, but they never reveal. It's this thing where they're fighting this battle because they absolutely understand, but they never reveal it to us. And we're like,
So the reader never knows for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reader,
They
the
might
reader
even
can.
drop hints, but
Yeah.
even then the
Yeah.
hints are ambiguous. Yeah.
There are so
that's
many.
great.
There are so many belief systems in this world that I didn't want to peg her down to one
Yeah.
certain belief so that
Yeah.
she can belong to everybody.
Mhm.
You know, so I am never ever going to reveal where her powers came from. They could have come from,
Yep.
you know,
You've
God. They
created
could
a
come.
character that doesn't need to explain where it comes from.
That's
the
right.
beauty of
It
it.
could be a mutation, could be anything. Yeah.
Yeah,
doesn't-
right. Mutation that could come from
Does it really
Buddha,
matter?
whatever. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
doesn't.
What matters is your character's literal character.
Mhm. So yeah, I think it would be fun to cross those guys and they. Well, Dean is always, you know, if it's different, kill it.
Yeah.
You know, that's. And then Sam's like, wait, but she's so nice. You know, so I can see that going. Well, I can't help it. She might be evil later on. We should kill her now. No. And then of course she saves one of them, and then that's they got to let her live.
Now she's the good guys. Yeah.
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 So that was my second idea. Back to John.
All right, so I am going to share a screen in a second. So kind of going back to like the whole idea of, got to keep it in mind, make things reasonable. I did have an opportunity to do a crossover. It hasn't quite happened yet, and I hope that I can still pull it off. One of the guys I know from the comic world, Marat Michaels, had let me, he had given me the okay to use his character Blindside. That would have been really cool. He had already like a 0 issue that he had drawn, and he said if I wanted to re-script it and put it out underneath my banner, go ahead, and that was cool. I got to do that years ago. So there were like some super powery stuff with him. But the one that just popped to mind now that would be more relevant to what's being published today, I realized I did 20 some years ago. So Sniper and Rook Area 50 is what we're releasing from Silverline. So that's like a 3, maybe 4 issue Sniper and Rook miniseries that is separate from the original, up to 11 issues. It'll probably be maybe 12, 15 by the time I'm done, before I go into like another complete volume. So Sniper and Rook, if you haven't seen Area 50 yet, it is available with an add-on with any Silverline crowdfund that we have going on. Get yourself a copy. And basically Sniper and Rook find themselves at Area 51, and yes, lizards and aliens ensue. All right, so kind of a throwback to Sniper and Rook 6, where we find out that there are extraterrestrials, there is a Bigfoot, there is like any of those conspiracy theories, they exist. So I was like, and kind of taking a page out of Barb's book, but independently, because great minds think alike, and mine could even think like great minds sometimes, apparently, because it's not one, but Barb is. Mulder and Scully, X-Files.
Ooh,
Totally befitting.
Yeah.
And then put it in with Area 50. What? Mulder has been searching for aliens forever. He wants to know what happened to his sister. He knows she's been taken. The issue 2 has been on a little bit of a hiatus for a little bit. However, the band is back together, and and I'll take the complete like wrap for that one. But we got actually a new page from the penciler today. So I think that's kind of perfect time to sharing some stuff. So if I'm going to have Mulder and Scully kind of hanging out with Sniper and Rook, Jack and Rebecca, and it'd be perfect like with aliens, since we do know that those exist within the Sniper and Rook area of the comic universe. Here are just a couple sample pages. If anybody wants to see some stuff from Sniper and Rook Area 51,
why not?
Number 2. Are you guys seeing it on the screen yet?
I am.
It hasn't popped up
here,
yet.
like this.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There we go.
I added it.
Cool, thank you. So so here is
Sorry, I got it close to see it.
Whose pencils?
is that working? Because I can't see. I've only got the one monitor.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
It looks good.
Here's
Yeah,
page
nice.
15.
Oh wow.
Ooh,
Whose pencils?
yeah.
Thomas Hedlund, who's done other Silverline stuff. That's how I got introduced to him.
Yeah.
Roland,
Yeah.
a couple years back, Roland said that he was looking to do something, couple issues, not a
That's great.
huge ongoing. I was like, I got a book that I had a first issue done on. I need somebody for issue 2 and 3. And Thomas said, okay. So that was cool. He was really digging it. And here's the new page that just came through today.
Nice. Yeah, he does really, really nice work.
Yeah.
His
Yep.
stuff is
Very
phenomenal.
expressive.
I love his art.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that Mulder and Scully would be a very nice fit with this. And the ironic thing was, remember how I had said that I had already done 2 issues of the Sniper and Rook being dropped into the Silverline 1.0 world, that I started in like year 2000. Well, the way that the original Silver Storm and then Silver Storm 2 that came out in the 90s ended,
Yep.
Castle basically lost his foundation. He lost the building, it's all that stuff. Government takes it over, sends Sniper and Rook in to secure it. Then Hunter and Axe from the original Silver Storm are there because they're trying to break in and steal stuff. But when Sniper and Rook go there, they are greeted by a pair of government agents. basically my versions of Mulder and Scully. And so like as the day, as they're moving through the hallway, as the story's progressing, one of them just disappears. And then they're like, where did so-and-so go? And they're like, oh, he disappears all the time. Yeah, and then the other one's just like gone like a couple pages later. Where'd she go too? So that was kind of like my little in joke. And I forget what I named them, and I was trying to see if I had on this.
Skulder and Mully.
What's that?
Yeah,
No,
there you go.
Skulder and
Skulder
Mully.
and Mully.
they had cool names. I'll go see if I can pull up like, oh shit, I don't even have that hard drive accessible. I got more hard drives that I can take a stick at. I don't even know where all my data is anymore. But yeah, so like it was my versions of them, and it was just kind of like a little tongue-in-cheek thing. But I would totally do it, again for a real crossover, for the Area 51.
David Skulder and Jillian Mully.
There you go.
Sounds like something contagious. Kaz, do you have any
Yeah, I'll do. I'll say both mine since we're running low on time.
Cool.
So I'm not gonna give a huge backstory, but I would like to see how Miss Fury, in the Silverline world, would react to a burglar, Catwoman, doing things and people mistaking Catwoman for her.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'll draw that for free. I'll draw that
Sister
for free.
from
Yes, sir.
another mother.
Yes. Any costume. Yes.
And just to play the banter between the two when they kind of catch eyes and them going back and forth and bickering, it would be just funny. It would just be hilarious.
instead of them being back and forth and bickering, how about they're they're being catty?
Yeah, there you go. It'd be catty, but Catwoman would consider herself so much above Miss Fury.
Oh yeah,
like
total
be like it would just be funny because she's so witty by comparison to Miss Fury.
It would be very catty. It definitely would.
And then
yes,
Twilight
that
Grimm.
would be fun.
My second one is in the Twilight Grimm universe, and I know this is not going to make any sense, but I would put Blade in there just to see
Well,
what would happen.
That was the one I was going to come with.
No,
Blade, or John Constantine.
Yeah. Oh, Constantine is a good one to put in any. I think to put in Cat and Mouse, Constantine would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
And just have him with Demon too, and it would be funny because Demon is not from hell, but Constantine is like trying to.
Yeah, but it's New Orleans, so Constantine would fit right in.
Right in.
Yeah, exactly.
So those are my two: Blade and Twilight Grimm, and then Catwoman from this.
Those are awesome.
Yeah.
Those are
Well,
really,
he
really
stole
awesome.
mine.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Except John Constantine. That was mine.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
That's a brilliant one. That is brilliant.
Well, it could be. It'd have to be written by somebody much better at writing than I am. But yeah, it would be fun.
Oh, it'd be good.
Do you have a quickie, Javier? Because we also have to get to the crowdfunder yet before we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll make it very quickly. There's a book from Silverline. I think it was called Wolf 123 or something like that.
Wolf
It
Hunter?
takes-
Wolf Hunter.
Wolf
There's
Hunter, thank you.
Oh, Wolf
Okay.
Hunter. Yeah.
All right, so I did a cover and the only book I read of it takes place on a train in 1938, 39, something like that.
Mhm.
All right, and they're investigating a murder on the train. Of course, as the murder is about to kill the person with this ancient-looking dagger, you hear a whip, a crack, it flies back. Somebody catches it, brings it to the
It's
face.
Indiana
Says,
Jones.
"This belongs in a museum, of course."
Oh,
And as they're fighting and punching and running on the top of the train, here comes an airplane. It's like, okay, wait a minute. Why is there a World War I bi-winged plane trying to strafe this train? What's going on? It's a red double-winged plane.
Oh, Red Baron.
And a red
Or-
scarf trails
or-
behind
Oh,
the
it's
Red
pilot.
Baron.
the German pilot, the Red Baron.
The Red Baron.
So that would actually be a triplane. His Spocker
Yeah.
was a triplane, actually.
Thank you.
Yes.
There you
Okay.
go.
Mr. Trivia.
I drew a whole comic book about the Red Baron. I know this.
Oh,
Now he
okay.
started out World War One with a biplane. So I don't know if
That's
he
what I
painted
meant
that
to
one
say.
red
There
or
you go.
not.
Biplane, yeah.
But he flew a triplane. So it's a Docker. I can't remember the number. It's Docker D7 or something. But I think that's a Klingon ship with D7. But yeah, but it was something. It had a number.
Klingon,
Yeah,
triplane,
Fokker,
same thing.
Fokker. Yeah, Fokker. F-O-K-K-E-R. So
Yeah, we
yeah,
yeah.
not the other
Oh, you mean from the movie? Okay, yeah, I got it.
word. Yeah, meet the Fokkers. Yeah.
I had an Iron Maiden shirt on the back. Or so, Iron Maiden does like songs like Aces High, and they do a lot of World War II references. And on the back, I think it was a tour shirt. It said "Shoot that Fokker," and it was only spelled right because of bullet holes. Otherwise, it was spelled. It did spell out other stuff because of bullet holes. Let's put it that way. It was pretty awesome. I still got that shirt. I think at my parents' house somewhere. I should go find that.
And their mascot was Eddie? I think
Yeah.
yeah.
And Iron Maiden's top of mind. I saw an Iron Maiden tribute band over the weekend, so it was pretty cool.
Oh, that must have been glorious.
All righty.
Right, yes.
All
We
right. Go ahead, Barb. Go.
No, we have a current crowdfunder running.
Oh, we do. Yes.
Yes, we do. It's a Beyond the Stars number 5. And of course, you can get all the previous 4 issues as well as any other Silverline book, Divinity, that you want.
Do it, John.
Anytime.
There you go. You got to get it in there.
Anytime that we run a crowdfunder, you can not only get the amazing original art that's available for that crowdfunder, but you can get any back issue of any Silverline book. Or we have also a poster that we sell.
That poster we talked about last time. Poster for $1.
It's $1.
It's $1. I
It's a
know. I have it.
$1.
I have
It's a
it right
freaking
here.
awesome
How
poster.
big is it? It's 18 by 22 or something like that.
18.
Yeah, it is.
3.5.
Yeah,
36,
it's not
24, 36?
Yeah, it's
Only
not a
6
little
by 3.
bitty poster. We're talking, 18 by 22.
It's good size.
That's a big poster.
It is a big
Office
poster.
Depot charges me $2 for a print this size, just to print it, not create it, just print it out.
Oh
So,
yeah.
that's
I just had a bunch
tremendous
of
value.
prints ran yesterday, black and white prints, run yesterday, and they were like $1.62 each. And this is $1
Is
for
that
a
a
big
cover for $90?
No, this
That's
was
an inked cover. Yeah,
inked. Yeah,
That's-
inked from
that's
Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah.
That's Tommy's inks on my cover. Yeah,
Somebody's
$90.
cover for $90. Only
Yeah,
$90.
that's a steal, folks. Yeah, and let's see, is there any of the
That's a
other ones left?
typo. That's a typo. They missed the 1 in front of the 9. I'm just saying.
I think they left a
Yes.
0 off the end, but that's just me.
Kaz, do you want to recap what it's about? Because I can't read that tiny writing.
Yes,
Even if-
I will. I'll try. I tried a dramatic voice last time and it failed, so I'm just gonna read it normal now.
No,
When
try
it-
it again, man.
No,
I
no,
believe in
no.
you.
We do not endure the torture twice.
Oh, no.
People have made
Let's
it
go
loud.
all Palpatine and go, do it.
No, when a
Do it.
galactic
Do
spanning
it.
entity threatens the empire of man, Haven's core of science warriors is called upon to save mankind. Led by Cal, a fearless servant of the All-Mother, and Professor Yanel Trevani, I don't know if I pronounced that right. Trevane, we'll say it's Trevane. Professor Yanel Trevane, an expert on lost alien races, their team will sacrifice all to challenge this unimaginable horror from beyond the stars.
There we go. Got the drama voice in there.
Yeah.
Now,
Awesome
there's-
covers. Got 3 awesome covers. This is the foil cover, which is the same as the inks we saw below with Tommy. I think it's the same cover, right?
No, the foil
middle.
cover is actually the artist of the book's cover.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's right. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
if- I
and
don't-
then cover B. Cover B is the one that
Cover
we
B
saw.
is the one I penciled and Tommy inked.
And then
I'm not
Jose.
sure.
did
I'm not sure who
cover
colored it.
C. Yeah.
Is it Jose? I don't remember.
Well, Jose
Jose-
did
oh,
cover C.
Jose did a cover.
Yeah, he
Yes.
did cover
Beautiful
C.
cover.
We still
Now
got-
there's and we're already talking about stretch goals.
yes.
And Ron Fortier and I did a book years ago about a character called Captain Hazard. He was a one-hit wonder back in the 30s, and Ron took the story, rewrote it, cleaned it up. I illustrated it, and we published it with Airship 27. And if we reach the stretch goal of $1,000, every contributor,
Yep.
from $1 to however many dollars, each and every contributor will get a PDF copy of that book.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Very
we're
cool.
almost there. We're almost there. 76%. 12 days to go. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, and we're going. And this is the 41st. You know, according to the newsletter today, this is the 41st
Yes.
really successful, knock on wood, crowdfunder that we have done. So
It would be
just like-
fantastic if one of the Wednesday Wham viewers out there, or listeners, if you do it in the car, because you shouldn't be watching while you're driving, if one of our folks that hang out with us on Wednesdays were the ones to push this over the edge.
yeah, that'd be
It's so
amazing.
cool.
Yep.
Maybe just put in
Let's
a
shoot for that goal.
hashtag Wednesday Wham, so that way they identify that they listen to us, and hey, that's why I'm
I
checking
don't
out
know.
Beyond the Stars in
Mhm.
and I'm sorry, where is it at? Fundmycomic.com.
Actually, yep, I was just going to throw it into.
I
Yeah, I
just put
believe
the
you-
link in the chat there. And just remember, folks, when you back a Silverline crowdfunder, the book is already made. The only thing that we're waiting to pin is the thank you page, right?
Mhm.
And that goes out. So this isn't someone's dream of something coming together, right? This isn't a hope. This is a
No
book that's
vaporware.
already-
This is it's not a vaporware comic. Yeah, exactly.
right. This
It's
is
not 2 pages done out of 30. It's
right.
all of it.
It's
That's
all
right.
of it. Yep. And so
That's
go
one
ahead.
of the things that Silverline is known for is we've never put out a what we'd like to make book. We've always put out it's already done. We
Yes.
just need to get it into your hands book.
Final numbers, print, ship, buy.
And I realize it's hard for some folks, and you may not have the money at this time to support. If you could just like, share,
Yeah.
the
That's as
crowdfunder on
important
any
as
social
buying a
media.
copy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so important. And again, if you like spending time with us at all, if you can hit that like, subscribe, the notification bell, whatever you're viewing us on, if you could just do the button thingy that they have on there that says, hey, we
Down
want to
below,
be,
probably.
down with Silverline, please do so. It really helps. And it lets us know that you're listening, you hear us, and you're suffering through our scratchy voices and laboring with love as we kind of go through these topics and try and bring some fun.
I have a very personal reason to also say please back this one, because mine is next. Ron Fortier is the writer of Chivalry.
Oh,
And he's been waiting for over 15 years to have this particular book done because of the themes in it. A lot of people shy away from it.
mhm.
I've leaned into it, and
Yeah.
again, Silverline does not release issues that aren't done. So I've done 20, 40, 51 pages out of 60.
Nice.
Wow.
It's on its way, guys. I
And
predict
guys, if you-
I'll have this book done. My part in the pencil should be done in another month. About 2 months after that, everything should be done. So Beyond the Stars, let's keep this going. Let's get this one funded so Ron can turn around and help me get Chivalry into existence as well.
That's right.
That's awesome, man.
If our listeners have never heard of Ron Fortier, Google him. It's Fortier. And he is a legendary writer, has been around for a very long time, has written for many companies, and is also a good literary writer.
Mhm.
So
Most
this is
famous for writing the comic book series Green Hornet for Now
Mhm.
Comics in the
Mhm.
1980s and 90s. So
And
That's what he's
love
best
that
known
book
for.
so much.
yeah, and
I-
he also did I'm blanking on it now. So never mind.
okay, I'll jump in. He wrote a small book with this weird robot character called the Terminator.
That's the one I was thinking of. Thank you.
And
Was that the one from
there was
Now?
this unknown artist named Balix Moss. No,
Oh, you mean
Alex.
the guy who signed his covers just Alexander?
Yeah, Alex Ross's first commercial comic book work was with Mr. Ron.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Burning Earth. That's what it's called.
Burning Earth. That was the one I couldn't think of. Yes.
Nice.
Very good. Very good.
All right.
And if
Good stuff,
if you
guys.
guys are interested in joining us next week, I will be covering the 180 rule and many other little hacks in comics, do's and don'ts, hacks. And if you don't know what the 180 rule is, tune in.
Tune in next week and find out.
I know I'm
Same
definitely
I'm
bat
gonna humble
time.
you guys. You guys are gonna humble me next week. I can feel it. I break all unknowingly. I break all the good rules.
Here's my theory on all this, and Picasso said something about this as well. He said, you can't break the rules until you know them.
Know them, yeah.
You can't break them properly until you know them. So
Finally, ignorance is my
learn the
ally.
rules.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, well,
All right, John.
you've been a comic book reader your whole life, so this stuff has come into you through osmosis. You just right, you absorbed it into yourself. That's how a lot of us learn how to do comics. So anyway, yeah.
Well, everybody, thanks to everybody who was here tonight, and Barb and Kaz and Rob and Javier, and thank you all for jumping in and co-hosting different parts of it, and lead-ins and lead-outs. And Kaz, next time we want the damn dramatic reading out of you, one way or the other.
You're gonna say it, brother.
You've got the voice for radio, my friend, and the face for it as well. So, you got a great voice, man. Anyway, everybody, we will let you go for tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We cannot wait to see you back next week for everything that Barb has to present to us. And until then, as we like to say, make
mine
Silverline.
Yeah, you got it, baby.
Hey, this is Paul Pelletier. Make mine Silverline. Is that okay, Roland?